Boomers! They're out there. But what are they? What are they doing here? Are they from a different planet? Let's find out. No. Basically, we're going to be talking about the baby boomers today. And yes, I'm going to say it like that. Baby boomers. We're going to be talking about... Oh my god. So, here's the thing. A lot of people hate on the baby boomers nowadays for moderately good reasons. I think a lot of baby boomers would even agree with that. But here's my thing. I don't necessarily hate everyone who's a baby boomer. I don't hate really anyone. Like, even my favorite generation, Generation X, I still have some issues with. I have issues with the baby boomer generation, but there is some things I feel like we could take from that generation, what they were trying to accomplish but couldn't. And I'll be explain all this in this video, but jokes aside, this is actually going to be kind of a look at the baby boomers and see kind of why, especially my generation, what will be Gen Z, have an issue with them. And why even some other baby boomers may have an issue with, well, the baby boomers. So, let's find out. First, what is a baby boom? A baby boom is a post-war thing. Basically, all these soldiers from World War II came home, right, after the war was over. You know, they had babies and, yeah, all that stuff. So, basically, because of that, you see, nowadays we talk a lot about overpopulation. We're too populated nowadays. But this was kind of like the first example of that, at least in America. I'm pretty sure in different countries we had something like this, but in America, this was the first example of a kind of like an overpopulated baby boom. Which I would argue in many cases is still going on today. It's just not as culturally relevant because it happens every day now. Okay, so what are the baby boomers' traits? Optimistic. When it comes to our economy, they like to buy things most of the time. Not all, but generally speaking. I'm sure there's some baby boomers who feel more like Gen X in the sense that they just don't care. But, yes, those are the traits. Now, why do my generation mostly have a problem? And heck, why do even I have a problem with some baby boomers? Well, let's start with the three essentials. Baby boomers essentials, in my opinion. Image. The way they market themselves, basically. They market themselves, kind of going to the hippie movement here. They market themselves as being these kind of role models of youth, these kind of, change is gonna come, there's gonna aggressive thinkers. And here's the thing, they were pretty much at the beginning aggressives. They were gonna change things, and probably for the better. But the problem is, a lot of those hippies, and I've said this over and over again in some areas of my videos, a lot of those hippies pretty much became yuppies in the 80s, by the 80s. Now, not all. I mean, some hippies even today, some older hippies are still alive and well, and they live off the grid and all that stuff, and that's cool. But most don't believe in that stuff anymore. And here's the thing about the hippie. Can I rant a little bit? Peaceneck. Okay? Peaceneck was the original hippie. Peaceneck derived itself from beatneck with a more peaceable tone to it. What happened, the people at Wall Street saw what was going on with these weird kind of goofball peace necks at San Francisco, and said at Haight Ashbury pretty much, and said, I wonder what we can do to market this. We've had a couple kids wearing beads and necklaces and maybe a little bit of peace necklace. So they thought, what we can do is sell this stuff as hippie. You know, and they sell everything as hippie. They did the same thing with the punks and grunge, and they're going to continue to do it with something else. Because that's the way marketing works, you know? Anyway. So, that out of the way. Politics. Let's talk a little bit about politics, about getting too political, even though I do get political sometimes on this channel. I think the problem, again, with the hippies and all that stuff, their politics can be a little cookie cutter nowadays. You know, we were against the war back in the day. Well, the problem is, that didn't really fix the problem, because now the baby boomers, the same baby boomers who were against Vietnam, are pretty much the same people who are going to war today in Iraq, Afghanistan, you name it. Sending our troops to war, pretty much. I mean, what happened to the dream of anti-war? You know, so, yes, I do think a lot of the baby boomers sold out in the sense that their values didn't match up. However, I do think we can take something from the baby boomers. The original feeling of peace and happiness and, you know, doing what's right. I think we should take that and never give up this time. And understand that we can actually do it this time. Thank you. Tell me what you think in the comments. Bye.